something from my video game collection. And as you can see, it's the original Lego Star Wars, the video game guide, published by PRIMA for the PC, PS2 and Xbox, just the original Xbox back then. To go with this, I do also have the game itself for the PlayStation 2, and you can tell that it's the original due to the scratches on the case. All the characters, all the action, all the fun. With the disc and the information booklet still in there. But today we're going to be taking a look at the video game guide from PRIMA, which I think came out in 2005. We can see the price of it up here, $10.99 UK for the original. And I haven't looked at this for a long old time, so we're going to be taking a look at this together. So we have the contents. Let's see if we can find a published date. There we go, 2005, so the year that Revenge of the Sith was released. I played this game so much as a kid. We used to travel down to the south of England to see my grandparents, and I would take my PlayStation 2 with me, and we had like a portable screen that you could connect to it, and we powered it through the cigarette lighter in the car. And I used to play this game on the way down because the journey was like 5 hours. So I've put a lot of time into this game, as have a lot of people. Right this very moment, in a toy box not too far away, little Lego Star Wars action figures battle it out for control of the galaxy. On one side you have the noble Jedi Order, guardians of peace and justice throughout the galaxy. On the other side you have the ancient evil Sith, whose power grows greater every day. There is no more time to sit on the sidelines and merely watch. You must choose a side and go to war. And here's a bit telling you about the game mode. So you can do story mode, or you could do free play mode. When you finished the level you could go back, and a lot of the times there were areas that you could only access once you had completed the level and gone back. And here we have some more bits about telling you about how the game works, about the studs and the heart system, the canisters, the infamous Lego canisters, and multiplayer as well. You could connect a second controller and play with a friend. So let's delve into a few of the characters. I'll pick out some of my favourites. So how about Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi? Now of course there was different I guess levels of the characters. You started off with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon in the first mission because it started in Phantom Menace, and progressed through the game to unlock other characters. So Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jedi Master. No longer Obi-Wan the pupil. He is Obi-Wan the Jedi Master after the death of Qui-Gon Jinn. The powers of the Force continue to run strong through him. He can still attack enemies using the Force and can move objects that would normally be too heavy to lift. His mobility with the double jump is great, but if caught in a battle, he can always rely on his lightsaber to get him out of trouble. And similarly to Obi-Wan the Jedi Master, my favourite character in the whole game, and probably in Star Wars as I was growing up as a kid, was Anakin Skywalker. Dressed in black with a curious smirk on his face, this Anakin isn't the same little boy from Tatooine anymore. Something has changed within him. He still wields his lightsaber with the best of them, and can crash down on his enemies with a powerful double jump attack. And you can always count on his powers of the Force to help you out of a jam. But how long will he continue to use his powers for good? These sentences are written a little bit funny, but yeah, that was episode 3, Anakin, just before he turns to the dark side. It's worth mentioning that this is only for the prequel trilogy, which I grew up on as a kid. This isn't the complete saga, including the original trilogy and the sequels. That game I have in fact played on Xbox. Who else? I always liked Kit Fisto here, who was killed by Darth Sidious, wasn't he? In episode 3. To look at him, you might not think that Kit Fisto was a Jedi with his green head and large eyes. But don't let his looks fool you, because he is a master of the Force and can move objects and activate equipment without even breaking a sweat. Versatile with his lightsaber, he can strike his opponents or deflect enemy lasers to defend himself. And we have Darth Sidious there, Darth Maul, Count Dooku. We have a composter page. Here we have some of the droids and some of the characters that weren't so much about trying to kill, but more so like utility characters. Obviously R2-D2 had his infamous boost jump, which they removed from the latest game, unfortunately. And some more about the droids, the battle droids and the super battle droids. Queen Amidala from the first mission. Unfortunately, a few of the pages have, because this is so old, because this is 20 years old, unfortunately some of the pages are no longer stuck in, but we've managed to keep them together. And we've got some nice big pictures of Yoda and Darth Maul. And this game, the base was set in Dexter's diner. You start your adventure at Dexter's diner, a nice friendly place where everybody knows your name. The diner plays an important role in getting from place to place around the universe. And you could buy new characters. There was bits to do outside. It's how you accessed a lot of the missions, or if not all of the missions. And then we look at your adventure begins. So I think this is where it's going to speak about the actual missions themselves, and it does. And I remember as a kid not really wanting to look at this too much, because I thought part of the fun was looking for the canisters, but obviously this gives you the location of the canisters and the layouts of the level. Very simple layout, a lot of them. So this was mission 1, where you'd start in the negotiating room with Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn, and had to fight your way to the end. Oh, it actually gives you the characters that you play as down here. Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and TC-14. And it gives you screenshots of the entire game. Chapter 2. I like this Naboo mission. This one looked, this one had some nice, like, areas on it. A few more open areas. And again, just telling you about the free play areas. It actually let you do the pod race. Where's the start of this one? Is this the start? Yeah. So, the chapter 4, the Mos Espa pod race. And the synopsis: Queen Amidala and her Jedi protectors have fled Naboo, heading for Coruscant. They plan to inform the Galactic Senate of the Trade Federation invasion. However, the Royal Starship's hyperdrive is damaged in the escape, and they have been forced to divert to the remote planet of Tatooine for repairs. Now, it was kind of like an on-rails type sequence, but you did have to steer, and you could still crash and damage your car. But I can't remember if it was like, if you could actually lose the race. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure you could still die. And yet, oh yeah, there was numerous laps to it as well. So you have to go around 3 times and beat Sebulba. So this is all episode 1, the Phantom Menace. This is obviously the end of Phantom Menace, and the final boss battle with Darth Maul. And even the boss battles still hold up in this game. They tried something new in the new game, but it didn't really work. It was a cool idea, but I still think the boss battles were better in this game. And of course, Qui-Gon dies at the end of episode 1. And then you move into episode 2, Attack of the Clones, starting on Kamino, it looks like, is the first mission. Yeah, in the rain. We'll find, yeah, where's the Jedi battle? This was a good mission, so you had to, in the arena battle, the battle of Geonosis, where you could play as Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, Padme, and Anakin, and you had to go around destroying certain sets of droids as part of the arena mission. And then we're on to my favourite film, well, of the time, particularly when I was a kid. Revenge of the Sith was my favourite, and I love the look of the Jedi Starfighter in yellow. I had the actual Lego, but unfortunately it broke. I don't have it anymore. But this was a good mission, flying above Coruscant with Anakin and Obi-Wan, rescuing Palpatine, of course, which was all part of his plan. And there was a lot to do in this bit, obviously, killing General this is it. Chapter 6, Darth Vader. The mission on Mustafar. Anakin Skywalker, once the young pod racing champion of Tatooine, Padawan to Obi-Wan Kenobi and the hero of the Clone Wars, has finally given in to his secret emotions and fallen to the dark side. His wife Padme rushes to the volcanic world of Mustafar, hoping to return Anakin back from his dark path. She has no idea that Anakin's former master Obi-Wan Kenobi is hiding aboard her ship. Did he do that? I don't remember that being a thing. I think that he went with Padme by choice. I think that's different from the actual movie. I haven't watched it in a couple of years. But this bit, this bit was actually quite hard, and they removed it again from the game that came out in 2022. It just didn't live up to this game because you had to like dodge the lava, and it was actually quite difficult. I remember. So you're chasing. I think in this one you have to play as Obi-Wan, I think, and you have to chase after Anakin. But then there's also bits where you have to like work together with Anakin to build stuff, so it was kind of weird. But of course, in the end, Obi-Wan kills Anakin for him to be found in the post-credits, well, not post-credits, but post sort of gameplay scene found by Sidious. Luke and Leia are born, and so is Darth Vader at the same time. And then, I told a bit of a lie earlier. I said it was only 1, 2, and 3, but they did include a bonus level. I remember from A New Hope, playing as Darth Vader and a Stormtrooper, but I don't think I've ever played this. So I knew it was a thing, but I don't think I ever played it. I'm guessing you got it by getting all of the canisters, maybe. I'm not sure, but that's quite cool, getting to actually play as Darth Vader. Showing the start sequence of A New Hope. Kind of. I don't think they built Lego in A New Hope. And I think more Lego fun. I think that's it. This is what computers used to look like back in the day. And there we go. That is the Lego Star Wars guide. So, like I say, I do still have the game, and I've recently found my PlayStation 2. So if you guys want to see me play with the sounds of the controller and me whispering, then just let me know. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the